Hi students, my name is Hitesh Nagarasheth. I am from Mannavara. So last class we discussed about a topic from 9th standard, that is quadrilateral. In quadrilateral we already discussed about properties of quadrilateral and some of the theorems based on properties of parallelograms. Up to 8.7 is covered. So here we have to move on to the next theorem, that is theorem 8.8. The theorem 8.8 states is that if a quadrilateral is parallelogram, so when we have to consider a quadrilateral parallelogram, we have a pair of opposite sides are equal and parallel, we know that one. But here we have to prove the thing, that is, if a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, if a pair of opposite sides is equal and parallel. That means, so whatever the quadrilateral we have, for example, this is a quadrilateral. So in that, one pair of opposite sides is equal and parallel. So we can come to the conclusion that it's a parallelogram, and another pair of opposite sides is also equal and parallel. So that one we have to prove here. It is given that a quadrilateral and one pair of opposite sides is equal and parallel. After that we have to prove another side is also equal and parallel, and then the complete quadrilateral is a parallelogram we have to prove. So let us take theorem 8.8. Theorem 8.8. A quadrilateral is a parallelogram. A quadrilateral is a parallelogram if each pair of opposite sides is equal and parallel. So that means here we have a quadrilateral. When we have to consider this parallelogram is any one pair of opposite sides and equal and parallel. So then we can easily take it as a parallelogram. No doubt about the another pair. If it is one pair of opposite sides are equal and parallel, obviously the another pair is also opposite and parallel, equal and parallel. So that one we have to prove here. So for that proof we have to take the known things and we have to take some constructions. So firstly we have to write what are the given terms, what are the known terms we have to prove this theorem. So let us take the given. So given it is ABCD is a parallelogram. So here it is not a parallelogram. Firstly we have to consider it as a quadrilateral. That is ABCD is a quadrilateral. That is ABCD is a quadrilateral. ABCD is a quadrilateral we have. Then we can take any one of the pair of opposite sides are equal and parallel, because it is given that a quadrilateral can be considered it as a parallelogram. Any one pair of opposite sides is equal and parallel. Here also we have to take any one of the pair of opposite sides is equal and parallel. After that we have to prove another pair is also equal and parallel. After that ABCD is a parallelogram. So in which pair we can take? Here we can take any pair here. Here I will take AB and CD are equal and parallel. So that is AB is parallel to CD and AB is equal to CD. This is equal and parallel. So then what we have to prove here? To prove, so we have to prove AD and CD, AD and BC also equal and parallel we have to prove. That is AD here, AD is parallel to BC and AD is equal to BC we have to prove, and finally ABCD is a parallelogram. ABCD is a parallelogram we have to prove. Then whether we need any construction here, obviously we need construction because there is no need those triangles here. So we want triangles for using some of the congruence rule. Because we have to equate AB is equal to CD, BC. So for that we have to take any diagonal here. In those two from the diagonals, the parallelogram, a quadrilateral can be divided into two congruent triangles. We already know that one. And this BC and AD are the parts of those two triangles. Okay, so we need a construction. So I will draw the diagonal AC. Draw diagonal AC. Yes. So here we have to draw a diagonal AC here. Yes. So here it's a diagonal. The diagonal splits into two different triangles. That is, one is the ADC and ABC. So we have to consider those two triangles. In that we have to find out some of the equalities. So from the help of some of the congruence rule, we have to take those two are the congruent triangles, and then we can take those two are equal and parallel. So let us take those two things here. Yes. Proof. Yes. Then consider triangle ADC and triangle ABC. Consider triangle ADC and triangle ABC. So triangle ADC and triangle ABC, in that we have to find out some of the equalities. What are the equalities we can form? So first equalities we can take this one. AB is equal to CD. It is given. That is, one of the pair of opposite sides is equal. That is, AB is equal to CD. So this is given. So we can take it as given. Then any other equality here, just observe AC. AC is common for both these two triangles. So the base of those two triangles we can find it as is. So that's why we can take those two. That is, AC is equal to AC. It is common. Then what is the another equalities we can take? Here we have AB is parallel to CD. And when we consider AC diagonal as a transversal, we have a pair of alternate interior angle is equal. So let us take those equalities. Yes. So here this one. So here AB is parallel to CD and AC is a transversal, means this angle and this angle, those two angles are the alternate interior angle possible. So those two are equal. That is, angle ACD is equal to angle CAB, or BAC you can take BAC, because it is alternate interior angle when AB is parallel to CD and AC is transversal. AC is the transversal. Then here we have a side equality. Here is also we have a side equality. Here it is an angle equality. So from SAS congruence rule, side congruence rule, we can take those two triangles are congruent. That is, from SAS congruence rule, we can take triangle ADC is congruent to triangle ABC. Triangle ADC is congruent to triangle ABC. So after that, what you have to do? So we can take all the corresponding parts of congruent triangles possible. So we can take it as a equal. So what are the congruent triangles possible? That is, those two are the ADC and ABC. And in that, what are the corresponding parts are possible? We can take it as equal. Yes. So here we want two assumptions. That is, one is the AD is parallel to BC and AD is equal to BC. So we can take directly AD is equal to BC because those two are the corresponding parts of congruent triangle. So this implies AD is equal to BC. So because it is CPCT, so therefore opposite sides are equal. So one of the pair of the opposite sides is equal, we found. But after that we have to find out AD is parallel to BC. When AD is parallel to BC, we have to get at least one pair of interior angle is alternate interior angle is equal. So here there is any other chances are there, we have to know here. Yes. So when AD is parallel to BC, AD is parallel to BT, what are the interior angle possible here? So here, one is this one and another one is this. Whether those two are the corresponding parts of these two congruent triangles? Yes, obviously. So we can take that one. And when we have those two equalities, then it becomes the alternate interior angle possible. And then when it is alternate interior angle possible, AD is parallel to BC. When AD is parallel to BC and AC is a transversal, then only it is possible. So that's why when we take those equalities, we can consider AD is parallel to BC only, because interior angle it is possible there. Yes. So when, let us take that one. So angle BCA or ACB, angle ACB is equal to angle DAC or CAD. I will take DAC because it is CPCT. Also it is interior angle, it is possible, that is alternate interior angle possible, alternate interior angle when AC is a transversal, and AD is parallel to BC. So I will take this as equation number 2 and this as equation number 1. So from equation 1 and 2, so we can take this ABCD is a parallelogram. This ABCD is a parallelogram. Yes. So before that when we have to prove that one, so we have only one pair of opposite sides are equal and parallel. So from the congruence rule, that is SAS congruence rule. So from the construction, from the SAS congruence rule, we get those two triangles formed when we construct a diagonal, those two are equal, and in that those two sides it is possible. We want those two sides AD and BC, those two are the corresponding parts of those two congruent triangles. So those two are equal, so then we get opposite sides are equal. Then again some of the alternate interior angle possible, it is equal. So these two are the corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Also it becomes the alternate interior angle possible when AC is a transversal and AD is parallel to BC. So that's why we consider it as AD is parallel to BC. So from those two things, here we have AD is equal to CD and AB is parallel to CD. And along with that one, from the proof we have AD is also parallel to BC and those two are equal. So in the parallelogram, in a quadrilateral, the opposite sides are equal and parallel means that one is it must be a parallelogram. So that's why we get ABCD is a parallelogram. So let us take some of the problems based on this theorem 8.8. So let us take the first problem of this video. So here the problem is, in triangle ABC and triangle DF, AB is equal to DE and AB is parallel to DE, and BC is equal to EF, BC is parallel to EF, and vertices A, B and C are joined to vertices D, E and F respectively. So that means here we have two triangles. In two triangles AB is equal to DE, we have and BC is equal to EF. Along with that, AB is parallel to DE and BC is parallel to EF. And then we have to join ABC to DEF. That means AD we have to join. So we have to join these things. AD. So we have to join AD, then BE. So we have to join here. Then CF we have to join here. Yes. So this is the diagram, the pictorial view of this problem. Then we have to show that ABED is a parallelogram, BFC is a parallelogram, AD is parallel to CF and AD is equal to F we have to prove, and AC is equal to DF we have to prove, and triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. So in triangle ABC and triangle DEF, so here we have those two sides, that is AB is equal to DE we have and BC is equal to EF we have, and after that we have to take any other angle it is equal and any other side is equal, then we can take it as this condition is true, that is triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. So after that we have to write given terms. So what are the given terms here? AB is equal to DE, AB is parallel to DE, and BC is equal to EF, BC is parallel to EF. You have to write. Here I am not writing here. So here it is given that. So here there in your notebook you have to write AB is equal to DE given it is AB is equal to DE, AB is parallel to DE, BC is equal to EF and BC is parallel to EF. You have to write. And then to prove, in case of to prove you have to write this. To prove you have to write. Then after that you have to go into the proof. So let us take the proof here. Then I will take the first proof. It is BEFC is a parallelogram. Here just observe BE. So it's not BEFC. Here ABED is there. First part it is ABED is a parallelogram. Here we have to prove ABED is a parallelogram. So already we know that theorem 8.8, that is in a quadrilateral, whatever the quadrilateral we have, so in that a pair of opposite sides are equal and parallel, then we can consider it as a whole quadrilateral is a parallelogram, assuming that other possible opposite sides is equal and parallel. So that's why we have to take. So consider ABED quadrilateral. Consider ABED quadrilateral. ABED quadrilateral. In that, what are the equalities we have? AB is equal to DE and AB is parallel to DE. That is, AB is equal to DE and AB is parallel to DE. So because it is given. Then from theorem 8.8 we can easily consider it as ABED is equal to parallelogram. This implies ABED is a parallelogram. Because theorem 8.8. Theorem 8.8, or you can write the statement of theorem 8.8 also. It is also possible, so you can get the better marks. Okay, then let's take the second proof here. So here we have to prove BEFC is a parallelogram. Here BEFC is a parallelogram. So consider BEFC is a quadrilateral. Consider BEFC quadrilateral. BFC quadrilateral. In that, what are the equalities we have? BC is equal to EF we have. So also BC is parallel to EF. So that's why from theorem 8.8 we can easily consider BFC is a parallelogram. So BC is equal to EF and BC is parallel to EF. So it is because of given. Therefore BEFC is a quadrilateral. BFC is a BFC is a parallelogram. Parallelogram because theorem 8.8. So because of theorem 8.8, we have BEFC is a parallelogram, because in a quadrilateral, each pair of when we have one pair of opposite sides is equal and parallel, so we can consider it as that quadrilateral is a parallelogram here. So here we have these two parallel, that is ABED also we have a parallelogram, and BEFC also we have a parallelogram. So let us move on to the next case, that is third one. Yes, here, so AD is parallel to CF and AD is equal to CF. AD is equal to CF. AD is equal to CF we have to prove. So can we prove that one? So here just observe, when we consider the ABED parallelogram, that is AD is equal to BE, already we have. Then also BE is equal to CF, also we learned, we have B is equal to EF. B. So here PE is equal to CF. Also we can take, because when we have a BEFC parallelogram, so then we can take here BC is equal to EF we have. So also we can take BE is equal to CF also. So what are the possibilities are there we can take here? So that is firstly. So consider ABED and BFC parallelogram. So in that what are the other possibilities? Also already we have here AB is equal to D. AB is equal to D we have. Another possibility is AD is equal to BE. That is AD is equal to BE. Also AD is parallel to BE. Then here, so then also we have from the BEFC parallelogram, so we have BC is equal to F, BC is parallel to F. So it's a parallelogram, means another pair of opposite sides is equal and parallel. So that's why here we have BC is equal to F, also we have BE is equal to CF also. So BE is equal to CF, also BE is parallel to CF. Then, so here just observe AD is equal to BE, BE is equal to CF. So that means here AD and CF are those two things which are equal to the same things, are equal to one another. So that's why I will take this as equation number 1 and equation number 2. From equation 1 and 2, from equation 1 and 2, so here AD is equal to BE, BE is equal to CF. The things which are equal to the same things are equal to one another. That's why AD is equal to CF. AD is equal to CF. Also, here just observe, AD is parallel to BE and BE is parallel to CF. That means these two lines are parallel to the same line. So that's why we can consider it as AD is parallel to CF. So AD is parallel to CF. So here we have the third assumption, that is AD is parallel to CF and AD is equal to CF. So here just observe, here AD is parallel to CF. Also we have. So also AD is equal to F. So that means here one pair of opposite sides are equal and parallel. Then we can consider ACEDF. ACDF are parallelogram. Yes. So that is therefore ACFD is a parallelogram. So because of theorem 8.8. When ACFD is a parallelogram, here AD is parallel to CF and AD is equal to CF we have. So that means another pair of opposite sides are also equal and parallel. So therefore, so here AC is equal to DF. AC is equal to DF also we have. So it's a fourth assumption we have already. Yes. So let us move on to the fifth one. Yes. So fifth. So triangle ABC is common into triangle DF we have to prove. So consider triangle ABC and triangle DEF. Consider triangle ABC and triangle DAF. Yes, in the triangle ABC and triangle DF, what are the equalities we have? So here already we have AB is equal to DE. It is given AB is equal to DE. It is given. Then another equality already it is given BC is equal to EF. That is BC is equal to EF. Also it is given. That is BC is equal to EF. This one is also it is given. Then also another thing, that is AC is equal to DF. It is proved. AC is equal to DF. I will take this as equation number 3. That is AC is equal to DF because equation number 3. So here we have SSS, side congruence rule. So from side congruence rule we have those two triangles are congruent. From SSS congruence rule we have triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Yes. So here we need this one. So because of that one, we considered ABED quadrilateral. Then we proved that one as a parallelogram. Then considered BCFE parallel quadrilateral. Also we proved that BCFE is a parallelogram. There the pair of corresponding opposite sides are equal and parallel. And then from some of the assumptions, some of the modifications, some of the steps. So we have ACFD is also parallelogram. From that we have AC is equal to DF. We substituted in the similarity criterion, congruence criterion. So then we have the required thing here. So this is the solution for this type of problem. So let us move on to the next problem. So let us take the second problem of this video. So here the problem is ABCD is a trapezium in which AD is parallel to CD and AD is equal to BC. So we have that one. So it's a given. So we can take it as a given. And then to prove, so firstly angle A is equal to angle B, angle C is equal to angle D, and the triangle ABC is congruent to triangle BAD, and diagonal AC is equal to diagonal BD we have. So here what we have to do is, so we have to prove A is equal to B. So that means we have to consider those two triangles which are the part of, which is the corresponding part of those two triangles. The angle A and angle B are the corresponding parts. So whether it means possible? Yes. So from triangle ABC and triangle ABD, when we take those two things, we have the angle A and angle B are the part of that one. But what are the equalities possible there? So here AB is equal to BC, AD is equal to BC we have, and then AB is the common side. And what about other things? What about another one thing? So there is no other things it is possible, because here diagonal AC and BD we have to prove that. And also whether there is any angle possible, no any other angle possible, no any other angle given, that is those two are equal. So this characteristic, that is any SSS congruence rule, any congruence rule, it is not possible to take these assumption, to prove these assumption. So that's why what we have to do, so here we have to take the parallelogram. That is, so better to take a construction. That is, so here we have to take a line parallel to this AD. We have to take a line that exactly parallel to AD. So I will take it as CE, and also we have to join this AB to here. So I will take this as F. So for that we have to take a construction. Draw a ray CE and join AF where F is point on CE. Yes, so we have these things. Yes, after that we have to prove angle A is equal to angle B here. So how can we prove that one? So here when we prove those things, A is equal to B, so that means here we have to take some of the adjacent angles. adjacent angles. Here we have to take the adjacent angles as supplementary. So then only we can consider those two triangles. So those two angles are equal. But what are the adjacent angles possible here at that? In this case, when we consider ADCF parallelogram, so the angle A plus angle CFB is equal to 180 degree. We have. Then another thing we have it is BC is equal to CF. So we can take BC is equal AD is equal to BC. Because AD is equal to BC we have, and also we draw a perpendicular, that is we draw a parallel line. So for this AD, such that CF is also equal to AD. So then BC is equal to CF. Yes. After that we can take angles opposite to the equal sides are equal. We can take. Then we have this angle and this angle, those two are equal. Then we can easily take the angle A is equal to angle B by taking a ray stands on the line. So we already know about some of the lines and the angles axiom. So from the use of that one we have to prove this thing. So we have to move on to the proof. So let us take the proof here. Along with the proof you have to understand. So yes. So firstly I will take the adjacent angles of a parallelogram is supplementary. So consider ADCF parallelogram. ADCF parallelogram. So in that adjacent angles is supplementary, that is angle A. Here I will take it is only angle A. It is angle A. Then angle CFB. Angle CFB is equal to 180 degree. So I will take this as equation number 1. Then we have AD is equal to BC. So also AD is equal to BC we have. So this implies, and this implies, so here from the ADCF parallelogram, so we have ADCF parallelogram, in that AD is equal to FC, that is AD is equal to FC. So I will take this as equation 1, equation 2 and equation 3. So from equation 2 and 3 we can take BC is equal to FC. I will take this as equation number 4. Yes. So here BC is equal to FC we have. So angles opposite to the equal sides are equal. So that's why we can take angle CBF and angle CFB. Those two are also equal. Angle CBF is equal to angle CFB, because angles opposite to equal sides. Angles opposite to equal sides. From the thing we have this thing here. Then, so here after that we have to take this BC line stands on ABF. So consider BC stands on AF. Then the linear pair. Then we have a linear pair, that is the adjacent angles is supplementary, that is angle ABF or angle ABF, or only we can take angle B plus angle CBF. Angle CBF is equal to 180 degree. Yes, angle CBF is equal to angle CFB. So we can change. Angle B is equal plus angle CFB. Here I will take this as equation number 5 and is equal to 180 degree. So because equation 5, angle B plus angle CFB is equal to 180 degree. So I will take this as equation number 6. Yes. So let us look at the angle equation 1 and equation 2. Here angle A plus CFB is equal to 180 degree. Here angle B plus CFB is equal to 180 degree. So in place of angle B we have angle A here. So the things which are equal to the same things are equal to one another. That's why from equation 1 and 6. So we have angle A is equal to angle B. So I will consider this as, so let us take this as equation number 7. Yes, so here we already proved the first assumption, that is angle A is equal to angle B here. So let us move on to the second assumption. Second one. Here just observe angle C is equal to angle D, we have to prove. So here we know that angle A is equal to angle B. So also we have AB is parallel to CD. When we consider this AD is a transversal, these two adjacent angles is supplementary. And when consider BC is a transversal, we have angle B and angle C are supplementary. So already we know that angle A is equal to angle B. So that means here angle A is equal to angle B. So that means we can cancel angle A and angle B from both two sides. So then there is only left, it is angle C is equal to angle D. So let us take that one. Yes. Consider AD, here AB is parallel to CD and AD is transversal. AD is transversal, then we have angle A plus angle D. Angle A plus angle D is equal to 180. So when consider AD is a transversal. And this is the same, consider angle AB is parallel to CD and BC is a transversal. Consider AB is parallel to CD and BC is transversal, then angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. I will take this as equation number 8 and this as equation number 9. Yes. So from equation 8 and 9, here RHS side is same for both two 180 degree it is. So that's why we can equate LHS side. From equation 8 and 9. From 8 and 9, so we have angle A plus angle D. Angle A plus angle D is equal to angle B plus angle C. Angle B plus angle C. So here already we know that angle A is equal to angle B. So that's why we can cancel out angle A and angle B. Here also you can replace angle A in place of angle B. Angle A plus angle B is equal to angle A plus angle C, because equation number 7. Yes. So here we can cancel out these two things, that is angle D is equal to angle C. So here we have the second proof. So here we have second proof here. So with the help of those two proofs, so we have to prove triangle ABC is congruent to triangle BAD. So I will rub this part. Here I will take equation number 3. Yes. So here I will rub this part here. So I will take the third one. Consider triangle ABC and triangle BAD. Triangle ABC and triangle BAD. ABC here and angle BAD. So here we have to take those two triangles. So in that, here already we know that AD is equal to BC. So in those two triangles, ABC, first one is ABC and ABC and BAD. In that, AD and BC are the corresponding parts. Those two are equal. That is, AD is equal to BC because it is given. Then, and here just observe AB is common for both these two triangles. AB is common for both these two triangles. That's why we can take AB is equal to AB because it is common side. Then any other equality, already we proved that angle A is equal to angle B. That is, angle A is equal to angle B because it is proved. From SAS congruence rule, we have triangle ABC is congruent to triangle BAD. That is from SAS congruence rule. From SAS congruence rule, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle BAD. So we have the third assumption. So then here we have to prove AC is equal to BD, diagonal AC is equal to BD. So when we have triangle ABC is congruent to triangle BAD, so in that AC and BD are the one of the part of that one. Those two are corresponding parts. Then the corresponding part of congruent triangles are equal. So that's why we can take AC is equal to BD. This implies the fourth one. It is AC is equal to BD because CPCT. So here we have the proof of all these things. So firstly we have to take the construction here. From this parallelogram we have to prove angle A is equal to angle B. Then we have to prove angle C is equal to angle D. Then we have to prove triangle ABC is congruent to triangle BAD. So from the congruence rule, and from the CPCT we have AC is equal to BD. So there are many problems are there based on these problems. So here we have to take it is when we have a quadrilateral, in that each pair of any one of the pair of opposite sides is equal and parallel, then the whole quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So that one we have to take into consideration. So I hope you understood these things. So those who are watching this video for the first time, please subscribe our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. You can get the notification very easily. Also hit the like button. Thank you one and all. Be safe and stay home. Thank you.